The Witching Hour, July 24th, 2024. But first, please help my humble channel to grow. Like, subscribe, share, comment, any combination thereof. Why? Because you're beautiful on the inside and on the outside. That's why I had to pause so I could sneeze. So, this was a fascinating witching hour, y'all. I started praying, it was about 11:35, and I prayed for just over 4 hours, so it was like 3:35 or 3:39 when I was done. So I literally prayed continuously since before they start their witching hour to after. And what works the best for ushering in the Holy Spirit, it's doing at least 3 things simultaneously: speaking in tongues, praying in English, and then saying the word love every time I inhale, every time I exhale, and extend that word for the whole, either inhalation or exhalation, all while they targeting me the whole time. This really requires that I go into a trance, and this is something that the Lord has tried to do before and is beginning to sort of make it work and make me submit in that way. Now, what is a trance? It is a half-conscious state characterized by an absence of response to external stimuli. For you naysayers, Acts 10 through 12, Peter describes going into a trance and then God communicating with him. Acts 22:17, Paul describes going into a trance and God working through him. So I'm working on doing all of this, which only seems to work when I go into a trance. It's a super calm state, and I'm not able to stay in that state for very long. So as I'm trying to do 3 things at one time while they're attacking me constantly, only by the presence of the Holy Spirit of God is my upstairs neighbor, whatever he's hitting me with, it's not so painful that it can force me to stop praying. But all of the attacks, all forms of targeting that they hit me with simultaneously, it's all geared to, we don't want him praying, we don't want him speaking in tongues, we don't want him meditating on the word love. I would, especially towards the end of it, it's like my mind gets so tired, I'm no longer speaking in tongues, I'm barely praying, my mind's wandering off to this, that, and the other. Then when I start praying in tongues and praying again, then they immediately know, because they're doing remote neural monitoring. They literally, with those, you see the chief handlers, they're constantly carrying their tablets and whatnot. They probably are literally, that probably is more than enough to be able to scan your brain and more or less know what you're saying and a lot of what you're thinking, etc. So they're literally attacking me accordingly. God is going to bring me through the consummation of this process. He already protects me strong enough to where they can't destroy me. He's going to allow this to be my experience where, particularly when I'm praying, he's just going to be crushing them and destroying them. And it makes sense in a wicked way that Satan would try to fight back and keep us away from God. God bless.